What's up, everyone? I'm about to go do some yard work, and I figured, you know, what a perfect time to slather on some sunscreen, luxury sunscreen at that, and to share with you guys the very new launch of the Augustinus Bader sunscreen. So this is a mineral-based SPF50 sunscreen with two non-nano sized filters. There is 13% zinc oxide and then essentially 9% of titanium dioxide, and this is supposed to be hydrating to the skin. Is essentially skincare built into sunscreen because it contains Dr. Bader's patented TFC8, which we know helps to rejuvenate the skin, increase skin cell turnover, and help your skin cells act like more youthful ones. So to finally have a sunscreen that incorporates TFC8, it's been a long time coming, and it's finally here. But it's not at a shy price point. This is $140 for 30 mils. Now, that's an outrageous, outlandish price for sunscreen, but here we are. Have to try it. Now, I did just get this in the mail yesterday. My skin is a little red. I do tend to not do great with leave-on exfoliators. I tend to use enzyme cleansers as my exfoliators or things like that because they're just more gentle. But I do occasionally use a leave-on liquid mild exfoliant. Lately I've been bouncing back and forth between Prequel's liquid exfoliant and then Augustinus Bader's The Essence with TFC8. So that's what I put on this morning. I cleansed my skin, used the Augustinus Bader TFC8 Essence. I moisturized with the Prequel half and half, which is half ceramides and half peptides. And now I'm gonna go in with the sunscreen. Now again, I just got this in the mail yesterday. I haven't even opened it yet. So this is gonna be a first impressions and we get to experience it together. This is what it looks like. It's a really nice packaging, really nice tube. It is flat on the bottom so you could stand it up on your counter. It looks like their other serums, the same gold or copper toppers and pumps, same as all the other products. So, nice packaging. Now, the real deal is it gonna leave a white cast? Is it gonna be moisturizing? Is it gonna leave your face shiny? Is it gonna be too matte? That's what we all wanna know, and especially for $140, this thing better outperform every other sunscreen on the market. Now, personally, I prefer a tinted sunscreen, so this is not gonna be something that I'm gonna constantly use or repurchase all the time. I really just got it to try it to appease my curiosity and also to share it with you guys so that way you guys know what to expect and whether or not you should invest your money into a $140 sunscreen. So you guys will be the judge of that. So this is what it's looking like. I mean, it feels creamy. There's really no odor. If I had to compare it to anything, I would say it's like an oatmeal kind of aroma. But it's very faint and it's non-offensive at all. It's completely a neutral aroma. But it does feel nice going onto the skin. And from a visual standpoint, it does not have a white cast. And then even picking up on camera, you can tell it does not have a white cast. But it does have a nice dewiness to it and a nice glow, as you would come to expect with Augustinus Bader products. Now, this sunscreen is supposed to obviously protect your skin from UVA and UVB rays using, again, two non-nano sized filters being zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And this is going to help protect your skin from the UVA, UVB rays, and then it's also going to help reduce redness, irritation, increase hydration, improve fine lines and wrinkles, especially crow's feet, and yeah, we'll see if that lives up to the hype. So I have 2 pumps. I may want to use 3, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to start out with 2 pumps. 2 pumps, I guess, should be plenty. And if you know me, you know I have very reactive skin, meaning that my skin will flush and get red even if I just touch it. So we'll have to just give this a moment to sink in. And if I wanted to be super thorough, I probably would use one more pump to cover my entire neck. I'm not going to do that today just for demonstration purposes. But I will be covering the rest of my neck, shoulders, chest with sunscreen before I go do some yard work. So this is what it's looking like, a nice glow. Instantly, it does feel a little bit heavy on the skin initially, but we're gonna let this sink in for about a minute or two and then we'll be right back. Alright, so it's been a couple minutes, so we've let the product sink into the skin, and this is what it's looking like. Let me zoom in. So there is a nice glow to the skin. The skin feels hydrated, the skin feels plump. It is extremely glowy. So right off the bat, I will give it that it does hydrate, like it lives up to the claim of hydrating. Now, as we know with hydration is gonna help improve fine lines and wrinkles and things like that. So if your main goal is to eliminate fine lines and wrinkles using sunscreen, I hate to break it to you, but you'll do just as well using a cheaper sunscreen and a really great moisturizer and some other hydrating products. But right off the bat, I do think it's a nice sunscreen. For me personally, is it worth $140? I'm not sure. You guys will have to be the judge of that. Am I gonna repurchase this? The odds of me spending $140 on a sunscreen on a regular basis is extremely slim, and I probably would not repurchase it just because it is so expensive and because there are so many other affordable options out there. Now, if this is something that you want to splurge on, it is definitely worth splurging if you have some additional money to spend. Again, it's a splurge. It's not a necessity. So you guys do whatever you want to do. But I'm glad that I did purchase it. I'm glad that I could try it out and review it for you guys. This will be perfect for someone who wants to use this maybe possibly in just the winter or just the summer, or in like maybe not a transition season, but it is very hydrating, almost like a moisturizer with a sunscreen built in with skincare benefits. So could you replace your moisturizer with this? Yeah, maybe if your skin is oily or if your skin is normal to oily. If your skin type is extremely dry, you will not be able to get away with using this as a moisturizer and a sunscreen in one. But if you have oily skin, this would be a great way to cut down on the amount of products you're using and use this as your all-in-one. This is gonna give you your skincare, it's gonna give you your anti-aging, it's gonna give you your sun protection, and it's gonna give you your hydration. So this could be a one-stop shop if you're choosing to only use this. But that percent of people is relatively small, so final thoughts. I think it's a nice sunscreen. I don't think it's worth $140. It's definitely not in a price point that most people can afford. There's plenty of other lower cost options. These are my two favorite go-to sunscreens. They are tinted sunscreens. We have the CeraVe tinted SPF30, and then we have the La Roche-Posay SPF50. This is the Anthelos, and this is tinted. I love these tinted sunscreens. You really can't go wrong with both. They've never failed me, and they're both around $20 or less. If I'm looking for something that I don't want to tint, I've really been enjoying the Prequel sunscreen. This one is a little bit thicker, and it's a little bit heavier. So it is going to be pretty hydrating, but you have to make sure you work it in really well, otherwise it can leave an over oily look. So you just have to make sure that you are really working that in. Otherwise, I've really been enjoying this as a non-tinted mineral-based option. I did also purchase the Chemical Filter SPF50 Prequel sunscreen. Unfortunately for me, I did have an allergic reaction with this one. That's not to say that you will have one. My skin, as I've gotten older, has become a little bit more sensitive or more sensitized to certain ingredients. Chemical filter sunscreens tend to sometimes irritate my skin and cause me to have an allergic reaction. I don't know if it's one specific chemical filter or if it's a combination of 2 or 3 chemical filters combined together. I'm still trying to figure it out because I've had an allergic reaction to OneSkin's chemical filter sunscreen, and I really loved their tinted sunscreen, but out of nowhere, one day I just became reactive and allergic, and I tried it multiple times, and my skin has always become red, inflamed, splotchy, swollen. Similar thing happened to this. Now I am gonna try this one more time just to kind of see, but for me, mineral-based sunscreens tend to do better for my skin, and I don't really have a concern of a reaction with those. But have you guys tried the Augustinus Bader sunscreen? Are you willing to shell out $140 for something like this? Or are you more apt to stick to a lower price point and drugstore brands? Let me know in the comments below. I know I've been gone for a while, but it's been great seeing you guys again, and I'll be back with more content soon. Bye!